This is Hobart, capital of Australia's island state, Tasmania. A city of charm and a traveller's delight. A new bridge, a new casino, hardly reveal the colourful and at times savage background of this beautiful place, where there lingers still and perhaps forevermore, a nostalgic rapport with the times that have been. Kelly's Steps, as old as the city itself, where the rum runners smuggled their bounty ashore. Yesterday and today reach up in unison in an island that is remarkably similar to England in climate and landscape. Hobart has managed to keep pace with modern commerce and industry, and yet still retain touch with the old country that handed to it a convict background in 1804. "60 miles by road from Hobart and through lovely countryside, there is Port Arthur. An area of natural grandeur with the forbidding days as an infamous penal station hard to reconcile with the peace and beauty of this age. A number of convict-erected buildings live on in various stages of ruin and in mute testimony to the days of which they were witness. Hobart also has its share of fine golf courses in country where green is green. Most notably the Royal Hobart Golf Club, venue for the 1971 Qantas Open Championship. This is the first time in the 67 years history of the event that it has been staged in Tasmania. So the capital of the nation's island state becomes the golf capital of 1971. The club, founded originally as the Hobart Golf Club, had its royal charter conferred in 1925. The present course was established in 1963 in gentle rolling golf country that provided acres of sandy soil ideal for a championship course. The first hole, a tight driving 420 yards par 4, is typical of the challenging golf country you'll find around here. The first day of the championship, and it's 60 degrees with a southerly breeze after overnight rain. It is also a keen large gallery that surrounds the first tee to watch the opening strokes of the star-studded field, the best array of international golfers ever to compete in the event. Peter Thompson, 5 times winner of the British Open. Guy Wolstenholme, runner-up in the 1969 Open. The evergreen Australian veteran Kel Nagle, the 1971 World Seniors Champion, defeating Julius Boris. American Dave Stockton, 1970 US PGA champion. Japanese professional Ikuo Isanura, one of several talented players from the Asian circuit. New South Wales pro Billy Dunk, 3 times winner of the Australian PGA Championship and the current title holder of that event. The Thai toy tiger, Sukriyoncham, 5 feet 2, considered to be the smallest professional golfer, but an amazingly long hitter. The Golden Bear, less of a bear, but with more gold than when last we met. The mighty Jack Nicklaus, the greatest ever, millionaire, golfer extraordinaire. Dave Hill, stormy petrel of the American circuit, but one of the finest players. Walter Godfrey, former New Zealand World Cup representative, but not playing that way. South African Harold Henning, a regular partner of Gary Player in the South African World Cup team. Australian World Cup winner, David Graham. Plays a nice easy 9-iron shot to the green on the short 139 yards par 3 second. Big Jack, less 20 pounds, has started his round well with a birdie on the first and a par 3 on the second, but he has pushed his 3-wood tee shot into the rough on the par 5 third hole. It's a birdie hole in the minds of all players in the field, 469 yards, but Nicklaus has to be content with par as his first putt just misses. Playing the 219 yards par 3 sixth hole, American Dave Hill has missed the green. But he is in hot form, 3 under par to this stage, and the whips are cracking. British Ryder Cup golfer Peter Oosterhouse has also missed the green at the sixth, but saves par with this magnificent chip. South African Gary Player, defending champion and a record 6 times winner of the Australian Open. Playing into the par 4 ninth, Player is square with a card after a birdie at the 8th. It is indeed an approach shot of a champion. Player will get an easy birdie putt to turn in 35, 1 under. Big Jack, now at the 9th, is bouncing along and already one of the pace setters at 3 under par. 3 birdies and 5 pars in 8 holes. Putting from the front edge of the green, his first is wide, well wide. But he makes no mistake about this awkward second putt to turn in 33. Nicklaus has driven over 80-foot gum trees to carry the dogleg at the 14th, and in fact the ball hit the green and came back. The end result is proper reward for his intrepid drive. Another birdie, 4 under. Old Father Thames is having an out-of-character battle with his putter in this round. They're rolling down to the sea all right, but not into the cup. He'll have to settle for 1 over. American Hill is 3 under, playing the 537 yards par 5, 18th. Playing with Hill, Peter Thompson has not matched the American scoring, but can finish 1 under if this putt drops. Hill gets his par for an excellent round of 69, and it could have been 3 strokes better at least if some early putts and this one had dropped. Nicklaus has reached the 18th, 4 under, and virtual tournament leader. He has missed the green with his second, but a good chip and putt can consolidate his position.
Good boy.
Oh, he missed the line. Finishes with 68. Good enough for tournament lead, but not outright lead. An unknown 21-years-old West Australian Graham Johnson shares the lead with Nicklaus on 68, 4 under. Dave Hill and Australian Barry Coxon, 3 under. Gary Player, Bill Duncan, Harold Henning, Dave Stockton and Bruce Devlin, all on 2 under. Does Jack really prepare for an event like this as he would, for example, for the championships back home?
Well, you know, I've always sort of feel that I've prided myself on being able to get my game up for the major championships, and I've always considered the Australian Open right after the 4 major championships, and I think that, you know, as you say, it is the blue ribbon event of Australia, and so I do try to get my game up for it.
You're 20 pounds lighter than when we saw you last, and you really look good. Do you feel better for it?
You've got to feel better if you're 20 pounds lighter, you know, unless you were underweight to start with, and I certainly wasn't that. Now, I'm about 190 pounds, which I guess is what, 13 and a half stones, so I feel good, and I think the only reason I lost weight was that I was starting to get tired.
How's the defending champion, Mr. Personality, feel after the first round and his position in the tournament?
Well, Tony, 70 today. I putted about as badly as I could putt.
but I hit the ball very well, and I'm fortunate to be only 2 shots behind. I don't like to make predictions about golf tournaments or about golfers, because, you know, often people come along and say, do you think so-and-so will be a champion? And you can never tell. You can never tell what's inside a man. That's what counts, not how beautifully he swings a club. And but I would say a score on this golf course around about 275 will win the tournament.
Dave Hill, 69, and I'm sure he'd settle for 3 more of them.
Well, I'd take anything 72 or better every day. I've always been content. If I could shoot par or better, I consider that a good showing.
The second day is how to catch the mighty Nicklaus day. Bruce Crampton is out to try. He won the Wills Masters 5 days ago in Melbourne. Nicklaus, power personified, mashes his drive down the first. In contrast to the more sedate swing of Australia's Mr. Golf, Kel Nagle. Playing the short par 3 second, Nagle sets the pattern for his redoubtable partner with this magnificent 9-iron. Nicklaus, putting truly for his first birdie of the day, is now 5 under and already outright tournament leader. His co-leader overnight on 4 under, Graham Johnson, started with 2 pars. Nagle, also a birdie, is back to square after 73 in the first round. Billy Dunk dropped a shot on the first today to be only 1 under. Even the dogs agree that the 469 yards par 5 third is his kind of hole, eagle territory. The drive, like a rocket, is well placed, and the iron shot carries the pitfalls and comes in close. And Dunk is now 3 under. Crampton on the third is still 2 over. After subpar rounds throughout the winning Masters effort, he is fighting for touch. Crampton, playing in Australia for the first time in 7 years, has become our greatest stake winner in golf. And here's a good putt, par 5, and still 2 over. American Dave Stockton, like most players, has sampled the bunkers of Royal Hobart. It's no worry, however, to a player from the sands of San Bernardino. An easy birdie putt to go 3 under, 2 behind Nicklaus. Barry Coxon on the third, pulls his putt left of the hole on the way to his second birdie in the round, 5 under. Momentarily, the 1965 New Zealand PGA champ shares tournament lead with Big Jack. Gene the Machine Littler has dropped 2 shots in 5 holes and has finished in the bunker on the par 3 sixth. Oh, it's a pro shot to 2 feet, 1 over the card. Dunk, also in the bunker on the 6th, shows that playing in sand is not only for kids. To salvage par is some relief after bogeys on the last 2 holes. He stands now 1 under. Australian international Bruce Devlin has been plagued with illness during the Australian tournaments. It's a real battle, not only against the course, but against a virus infection. Devlin's shot into the par 3 sixth is short. But the putt isn't quite what he wanted. Par 3 for 1 under. Meanwhile, our old friend is mean, and he has spread-eagled the field in just 5 holes with 3 birdies to go 7 under. The bunker on the 6th doesn't stop him either from getting his par to stay on 7 under. Littler into the 9th green. His wife Shirley is there for moral support, but that doesn't help them drop, even for the 6th greatest money winner of all time. Misses his birdie putt to turn in par 36, 1 under. Nicklaus plays a beautiful wedge to 4 feet on the 9th after driving 300 yards into the wind. Look at that backspin. Another birdie on the way. Nagle holds his 12-footer there by 1 roll of the ball for a best 9-hole score of the round. 4 under par, 32. Uncle is now 3 under for 27 holes. On the 333 yards par 4 16th, Nagle's shot to the green is short. British golfer Peter Oosterhuis leaves himself a 10-footer after trading massive drives with Big Jack, who comes out of the rough here with a wedge to 6 feet. A shattering all-round performance is now well and truly in the making. Another birdie here, 10 under now, and the press wires are really running hot. A weary Bruce Devlin has dragged himself around to the 18th at last. His card shows that he is 7 over for this round. Defending champion player has hit his long approach shot to the 18th. What a great player he is. A professional's professional. A 69 makes him 5 under for 36 holes. Devlin's aim is to reach the clubhouse. His 79, 7 over today, 5 over for the tournament, is no tonic for illness. Bruce Crampton, after his first round 74, has pushed his second into the trap on the 18th. Out in 34 and 6 under for 17 holes, 6 birdies and 11 pars. Dave Hill was only 1 stroke behind Nicklaus at the 9th, but he has not been able to maintain the pressure. His long putt is close, a par 5 finish for another 69. Crampton needs this putt to equal the course record 65. See that? It ran against the fall of the green. He'll have to settle for a 66, a great recovery to be 4 under for 36 holes. British pro Maurice Bembridge is another coming to grips with the course. Second to Crampton in the Wills Masters a week ago, a birdie putt on the 18th for 69. 2 under to the halfway stage. American Dave Stockton, third in the Masters just before the Open, has given another steady exhibition. Stockton is 3 under for the round as he swings outside in on this pitch shot. Ooh, it's a good putt on line and just good enough for a par 4 68. Stockton is 6 under for 36. Level with travelling companion Dave Hill. Standing on the 18th tee, Gunpowder is 6 under for the round and 10 under for 35 holes. He's upset because it only went 290 yards. A quick look at Kell, who nearly holds this shot for an eagle. Trying to hit the pin with his second, Nicklaus has pulled the shot left of the green. But the chip back is a great recovery. And it deserves that final birdie putt. 7 under par, 65 and equal course record. Nicklaus has cleared away from the field with 11 under for 36 holes. The big Briton, Peter Oosterhuis, shoots 69, 2 under for 36. Kel Nagle, after a great 32 out, cards 35 home for 67, 4 under for the tournament. What great golf from one group of 3 players. Nicklaus 65, Nagle 67 and Oosterhuis 69. 15 under between them and 16 birdies for the day. A very friendly game of golf this is. Nicklaus is way out in front, 11 under the card and 5 ahead. Hill and Stockton 6 under, Player and West Australian rookie Graham Johnson 5 under, Crampton and Nagle 4 under. Dave Stockton.
What do you mean the putt was never in there?
Well, I've been putting well. I had it on line. It was a little bit slow. I didn't know if I was going to get there really myself.
Still brings your heart into your mouth when they teeter like that?
Well, that's the way I putt. I try to put them in with feel. I like to be a little bit more firm in that.
Yeah. Now, do you feel you've severely handicapped yourself by dropping 2 shots going down 16 when at that stage you are 5 under the card?
Well, yeah, it was unfortunate really because I birdied so many holes. I birdied 11 and 13, 14 and 15 and 16 is really, I drove within 20 yards of the green yesterday and I made an easy 6 there today and 2 shots does hurt. I'd rather be 8 under par. Obviously with Jack out in front, he's going to be awfully tough to catch with a 5-shot lead.
Jean Littler's wife was a happy part of the scene, but does she enjoy living in a suitcase, so to speak?
Oh, I love to travel. I love all the people I meet, and I think Australians are particularly fantastic. They're the most friendly people I've ever met.
Gene, 71 yesterday, 70 today. Seems easy, but is it?
It's been pretty difficult playing here, however, especially on the front nine today. The wind blew very hard, and it did all day yesterday. I think it subsided a little bit for us on the back nine, so the score should be a little bit better this afternoon, I think. I putted very erratically. I made a couple of putts and missed several that I might have made, but that was pretty much the story.
The third day, perfect golf weather. On the first tee, Gene Littler, 3 under.
Oh, it's lovely.
Frank Phillips, winner of the Australian Open, 57 and 61. 3 under the card and playing great golf from tee to green. Bruce Crampton, head cocked to the back of the ball at address, 4 under. Stockton, 6 under in equal second place with Hill. He's been fishing this morning, but I don't think that one got away. The young West Australian Graham Johnson, equal first-round leader, starts the day 5 under and level with Gary Player. Johnson weathered the pressure well for 71 in the second round after his first round, 68. How will he fare in this round compared with Nicklaus and Hill? I'm a bit keyed up, he says, and it shows, with 3 putts on the first. And the greens are playing much faster. A bogey 5 for the young bloke to put him 4 under the card. Tournament leader Nicklaus started the round with a regulation par 4. But look at this wedge shot to the 139-yard second, within an ace of being an ace. Jack is firing once more. Quick playing Dave Hill uses no tee, just drops the ball and lines up. About 10 feet from the pin on the second. His birdie romps in for 6 under again after dropping a shot on the first. Nicklaus has no trouble getting his birdie putt. 12 under is a figure of ominous proportions. I'll drink to that too. Nagel on the third hits the green in 2. Ironically, Nicklaus was never able to accomplish that. For him, it was a hoodoo hole. Stockton's long putt from the edge of the third green runs well past. They're faster today, all right. Nagel gets his first birdie of the round to move to 5 under. Stockton, battling with his putter, settles for par 5 and is now 5 under also. Playing in the same group, Gary Player misses a long try. He needs better than 3 straight pars in this school to retain the championship he has won 6 times, including the past 2 years. The short par 5 third hole has been the only real worry for Nicklaus in this tournament. It is straight, but a very tight driving hole, and surprisingly, has always had the champion on the defensive. His drive found the rough again. And after 2 putts, Jack has to settle for another par 5 on a hole that most of the other golfers have birdied. Nicklaus remains 12 under. Poor Jack. While the golfers are generally looking for birdies, the best inspiration available appears to be a stray chicken. The 6th, Nicklaus country. A 219 yards hole, but that's only a 4-iron he has used. "15 feet. Peter Toogood says it's the toughest hole on the course. There's no stopping him. Another birdie, his 3rd for the round and 16th in 42 holes. 14 under. Nicklaus is now 8 ahead of the field. It hasn't been a birdie day for Dave Stockton because Big Jack has used up everyone else's share. 1 bogey and 5 pars in the first 6 holes is not gaining any ground, even though this man's golf has won him nearly $500,000. And Lady Luck is not going to smile this time either. Another par, 5 under. Gary Player has also found birdies elusive, only 1 in 8 holes today. Fine for you and me, but tough on the men trying to make a contest out of this blue-ribboned event. His approach on the 9th is a little strong. And so is his first putt a little strong, but attack is the only way. Player turns in 35 to be 6 under for 45 holes. Nicklaus into the same hole after again driving over the big gum tree you'll see looming up now. It's 270 yards from the tee, that tree. The wedge is good. They are the sort of putts that win tournaments and course records. In like a rabbit. And 8 ahead of Dave Hill in 2nd place. Stockton, backswing impeded, finds the 10th green. A testing 440 yards par 4 hole, which is really the first hole. They've turned the 9s around for this event. A little luck at last with his putter saves his par. Dave is lying equal 4th now. Nicklaus and Hill prepare to attack the back 9 ferociously, no doubt. Nicklaus, offline with his tee shot, is also offline with the next one. Rare shot. You could count the greens he missed in the whole tournament on one hand. Ooh, that's just an average bunker shot. Taking too little sand? Maybe the ball was buried. Jack hasn't dropped a shot since the 17th hole in the first round, but he is doing his best to do so here. Oh, another great putt. Keeps his card intact. Par 4, still 15 under. The Nicklaus game is in such order that woods and wedges are almost exclusively in use. Here, a sand wedge from the fairway after another super tee shot. It's the 11th hole. And he has bounced by. But while his putter is running so hot, it doesn't really matter. Another birdie, his 5th for this 3rd round. Big Jack is 16 under. Bruce Crampton on the 143 yards 13th, a par 3. Watch the effortless 8-iron into a slight breeze. Beautiful shot, leaves him only a 2-footer for his birdie. And now 6 under, and in 3rd place behind Nicklaus and Hill. The 15th, on paper, is an easy 460 yards par 5. Hill missed the green with this 2nd. Something's gone wrong with that turn, slide, turn golf swing technique of his, which he explained so well. His bunker shot is 12 feet from the hole, not as close as he aimed for. But he still gets his par. Good putt. Hill stays 7 under. After another birdie on the 15th, Nicklaus is 6 under for the round and 17 under altogether. Driving the Australian ball with its greater velocity, enormous distances, he has the fans absolutely spellbound. Hill shaves the lip on the 16th for his par, 7 under and 2nd. The 17th, Nicklaus chooses to play a 5-iron into the wind. plays a 4-iron. Hill is now 8 under, 9 behind Nicklaus, who takes 2 putts for his par 3. Crampton, now on the 18th tee, has been joined by Hill in equal second position. He eagled the 15th to pick up 2 strokes and join in the race for second place. Playing with Crampton, Barry Coxon is short with his second into the long 18th. Crampton, after a long drive, and he is long, hits a short iron here perfectly, and another birdie is there for the taking if he can put the putt in. Coxon's pitch is brilliant. Good enough for a birdie finish for 71. Coxon is 4 under for the 3 rounds. Good going. Crampton slips one and is eventually down for par 5 and a 68. Nagel also completes another solid round for 4 under 68. The veteran joins Crampton on the total of 8 under. Nicklaus needs a birdie on the last to equal the course record 65 once again. His approach is certainly on line. Hill puts out the par 5 and 70 to join Crampton and Nagel in equal second place, all 8 under. So close to being on the second rung alone. The mighty Nicklaus putts truly, almost. That roll about the cup has left him with a 66. 6 under for the round and a giant 17 under par for 3 rounds. Jack Nicklaus, a demolishing 9 strokes ahead of the field. But it's a good tournament for second, with Crampton, Nagel and Hill 8 under, Stockton 6 under, Thompson and Player 5 under, and Dunk, Littler and Coxon 4 under.
65 yesterday, 66 today. Would you compare the rounds?
I played better today. I didn't hit... I had quite a few shots yesterday that really weren't on the face of the club, but I got away with them, and today I hit most of them on the face of the club, and had I been able to make... Well, I had a putt at every hole the last 7 holes inside 20 feet, and I didn't make any of them. And particularly the 2 short ones, which were, 5-footers or 6-footers, whatever they were, at 16 and 18. So I really could have had an awfully low score today. And of course, I guess I can't complain with 66. It's a good score, and I mean, obviously in good position. So I have no complaints.
Jack Nicklaus seems to be tearing the course apart. Why aren't some of the Australians doing it?
Well, of course, he's a particularly fine golfer, and he's found a course here which is right down his alley. To put it simply, he finds the task set here very simple, because he drives further than all of us. He can hit straighter with less effort than all of us, and he likes greens like this. I think he likes them fast and true and flat, and that's why he's cleared away from us.
Bruce Crampton takes his turn to talk about the one they are all talking about.
In my estimation, I think that Jack Nicklaus is the finest player in the world today in our profession. He's not only a fine player, but he's a great American and just a super fella. He is the type of man that will help anybody, and I can thank him, as I did on national television in the United States, for helping me win the Bing Crosby tournament in '65. I was hitting it so poorly on the Tuesday night that I told my wife I didn't even feel like playing. She said, well, why don't you just go and hit a few balls on Wednesday and see what happens?
Jack was down there practicing where I was, and he spent about 45 minutes with me, and I went out and won the tournament. And on other occasions when I've played with him, he'll say, Bruce, you're doing this or you're doing that, or he'll put his arm around you when you get through checking your card and say, now, I think you ought to be trying to do this and it'll help. And he's just that type of fellow. You always see him out on the practice tee trying to help young fellows, and this is the mark of a really great person, I think. And he's a great American, he's a great family man, and I think the United States and the world golfers should be very proud of Jack Nicklaus as a golfer and as an individual.
The final round is played in weather that runs hot and cold, like those who play this hopeless, marvellous, infuriating, wonderful game. On the first tee, talented British pro, Peter Oosterhouse, 3 under. The sweet swinger, Gene Littler, 4 under. Littler's touch isn't confined to his poetic swing. There's wonderful judgment in that putt, but the scorecard will show par 4. He stays 4 under. Crampton goes for warmth with his sweater on for the first tee shot of the day.
Get out of that.
Peter Thompson, 5 under, still has a chance to sneak second place.
Magnificent shot.
Third member of the trio, Dave Hill, equal second, 8 under. Crampton shot into the first, leaves him a long putt. A good 25-footer, but that's been one of the strengths of Crampton's game. Australia's biggest money winner ever on the tough US circuit, Crampton putts well. That birdie start takes him to 9 under and outright second place. Hill's first putt is amazingly short. But there's compensation in the next. Par 4 for Hill, 8 under. Peter Thompson is making his move early. If he could sink more putts of that length in Australia, Peter would still be a major threat in tournaments here. A birdie start takes him to 6 under the card. Oh, he's cut that a little. But rough hasn't worried him unduly in the first 3 rounds. Kilnagel is a marvel, and we all know it. In equal second place after 3 rounds, he has left himself a long putt on the first, about 25 feet. The Nicklaus drive wasn't too bad, was it? He makes the green once again in regulation. Now will he start the final round? What other way? A birdie for 18 under, his 20th birdie in 55 holes. American Dave Stockton keeps the standard with a birdie start also. He is now 7 under. The steady Hill needs only an easy 9-iron into the second. The Bear also selects his 9-iron and caresses it truly to the green. So easy, so certain. Yet here awaits further evidence that his dominating game could have been even more sensational. He missed many short ones, 5- and 6-footers, and said he found his stance was too far from the ball so that he was not directly over the ball with his eyes. Defending champion player has lost his crown to Nicklaus, but he can still make a fight of it for second place. And he knows that Jack would have to shoot a 64 to take away his Kooyonga all-time low aggregate. What a bunker player, perhaps the best. A bogey and 2 birdies in 3 holes for 6 under. Crampton is holding second place, 9 under. This chip should help him pick up another shot on this birdie hole, the 469 yards par 5 third. That's not the professional Crampton putt. He is such a good putter. Par 5, 9 under. Hill needs this putt on the third to catch Crampton, and he does. 9 under. What a great battle it is for second. Big Jack has reached the third green for the final time in this championship. Can he get that elusive birdie here? It's the easiest hole on the course, and almost everyone else in the field has carded at least one birdie here. But not Big Jack William Nicklaus, heir apparent to the Australian golf crown. Another par 5 on this 469 yards hole, his fourth for the tournament. Still at 18 under, 9 ahead of the field. Why worry? Nicklaus has hit his second into the rough on the 560 yards par 5 fourth, longest hole on the course. The magic of his play and the freshness of his demeanor, a new image, Nicklaus. The irony of golf. The long putt drops. He was tremendous with those, and he gets his birdie, 19 under. Stockton on the fourth has to settle for par 5, 7 under. Crampton needs a good bunker shot on the fifth to save par, and he does it well. He has all the shots. How was the touch in that one? Crampton is 8 under now after dropping a shot at the fourth. He trails Hill by 1 stroke for second place. Peter Oosterhuis, his strength in the long game finds a loyal companion in masterly putting. He now takes third place. Crampton, running hot and cold with his golf and his sweater on and off, has hit a fine wedge shot here into the 8th. He needed that birdie to go back 8 under and join Oosterhuis in third place. Oh, Crampton seemed to putt better with his sweater off. That putt is about 3 feet short, but his par 4 sees him turn in par 36, 8 under. Level with Oosterhuis in third place, and one behind Hill, who turned in 35 to be 9 under. Meanwhile, they suggest that Jack starts playing left-handed. He prepares to complete the front 9. Everything is so fluent, so firm, and so in command. That's his fourth birdie for the day. He turns in 33, 20 under, and 11 ahead. On the 11th tee, Oosterhuis attacks the ball with a confidence that one can feel after being out in 31. Not much room for hooks or slices on this course, is there? Jack is being a sport and showing brief glimpses of being human. He drops shots on the 10th and 12th to fall from 20 under to 18 under, but continues to make the rest of the boys seem under the weather. "30-footers have dropped often for Big Jack. Almost this time. Par 3, however, 18 under. Stockton has found the rough with his drive on the dogleg 14th. Nicklaus, not taking on the corner as he did the first day with one of the great shots of the tournament, has taken a 4-iron off the tee and needs only a wedge to the green. He was hitting those shots dead, stone dead for most of the time. Needs just a little more on that first putt. Par 4, 18 under still. Stockton putts truly to pick up a badly needed shot and has that "it's about time" look. Dave is 7 under the card. On the par 5 15th, another dogleg, Gene Littler has forced his second trying to make the green. He'll get a little bunker practice instead. Oosterhouse tries for the green. And he makes it in two. Littler's shot from the bunker is good, and he'll make a birdie. Oosterhouse has 2 putts for his birdie. Very handy after a bogey and a double bogey on the previous 2 holes. Oosterhouse, 6 under. On the 15th tee, Mr. Golf, winner of 3 US Masters Championships, 2 US Opens, 2 US PGAs, 2 British Opens, and 2 Australian Opens. He will leave this country winning not only this event, but the Dunlop International by 7 shots, and saying he has never played better golf in a decade as a pro. His 24th birdie on the way. Dave Stockton does one better on the 15th, one fine eagle putt coming up. 9 under now, his best total to date. Nicklaus stands on the 16th tee, 19 under, coasting to his 3rd Australian Open, even though his drive is a little offline. Stockton, 9 under, a chance for second, only 1 stroke behind Crampton. Nicklaus has finished in the rough with his drive on this short 333 yards dogleg. The shot is good, naturally. Stockton comes in from the fairway. Few golfers have such consistent touch with long putts like this as the Bear. 20 under is also a nice, neat total, after his 25th birdie for the tournament. Dave's had the whole damn thing. Here he is 9 under and getting nowhere. While the championship is reaching its inevitable conclusion, the other possible highlight of the event is dying a cruel death in the rough and the trees and the sand. New Zealand professional Walter Godfrey was staring at a course record after 16 holes, 7 under par. We'll check on the facts later. Nicklaus and Stockton running 1st and 3rd. Stockton outplays the maestro to the flag. Nicklaus, 20 under. Stockton nearly 10 under. Now the Walter Godfrey tragedy. Out in 30 with 4 birdies and an eagle, he tees off needing a birdie 4 to equal the course record. On 17, he missed a short one to drop 1 stroke, and the rot has really set in on the 18th. His hook drive into the rough was unplayable. His 3rd after a penalty hit a tree. His 4th wildly into more trees. And from over there into the greenside trap.